G'day and welcome back to Higgo's Heroes. This week our heroes are Paul Litherland. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good, thanks. And Tony Walters. How are you?
Very well, thanks, Brock. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Now, first of all, Lithers, congratulations on the weekend. You must be stoked with the boys. What were your immediate words after the game to the fellas? First grand final, so would have been pretty exciting.
Oh, just to be proud of them, how hard they've worked. Very young group, so just that we've been able to achieve so much this season is the first sentence I used when I got in the rooms. It was really good.
That's great. And Wilbur, the forwards had a good day on Saturday. They bounced back. Just wondering if there was anything that was said before the game, or did you give them anything midweek to spark them up? Any gifts or anything were given?
Gifts, Brock. I think I know what you're referring to there. No gifts this week, mate. But I think they're just a pretty proud group and wanted to rebound after only kicking 9 goals the week before.
Fair enough. I'm still waiting for my fidget spinner. Now, do you believe you still deserve the nickname Supercoach?
Oh, I don't know who started, mate, but I don't think there's too many dual premiership coaches here, is there, buddy?
I was going to say, because Lithers seems to have managed just fine after you stepped out of the role, coaching the boys to a grand final, so I don't know if that nickname's still applicable. Oh,
is that right? That's funny, Brock, but I'm sure if Paul wins one, we'll probably have a title for him as well, buddy.
Now, Lithers, was it a daunting task taking over from Wilbur, the super coach, knowing he'd set such a high expectation?
There's only one Tony Walters, and number one, I was proud to step into his boots, and even if I was half the coach he is, then I think I'd be all right. But I think I've done all right this year, touch wood. So, but again, big shoes to fill. The best thing is, though, he's still in my back pocket, so that's always been great for me.
Now, Wilbur, what was your advice to Lithers when he did take over, when he took your job?
No, I thought it was good stepping stone for him. I think he was ready to take on the role, and I think it was fantastic that the club showed some faith in him and backed him in, and he's done an outstanding job. So congrats to him and the boys. So it's been outstanding.
It's been a great year. That's very well said. Now, Wilbur, why did they used to call you Grease Lightning?
Dear mate, when I was young, I suppose I was one of my things outside of footies. I love sprints, and I'm a sprints coach, so I had a little bit of speed back in the day, Brock. And I think someone bumped into Jason Mascos at the bar and said, "Oh, Wilbur was like Grease Lightning in his day." So just someone had a few beers and said it to Jason. It's gone on from there, mate.
See, I like that better than super coach. I might have to try and get it to stick around here. Now let's talk about bromance, you guys. What is it about you guys that makes you such a good couple? Because you're always hanging out together down here, always having little giggles together. What do you love about Lithers?
His wit, and he's. I love his phone conversations I have. He often rings me, and he says, "What's up? What's up? Is everything okay?" It just makes me laugh. I just think it's funny. But he's a real caring, sensitive sort of person, mate. So we just get on well.
And what do you love about Tony?
I think just his passion and how he approaches his footy and his relationships with at the club is just one of the things that sort of really stood him out in regards to my coaching in particular. He's always happy to help you. He's always happy to give input and tell you how it is, which is great. But no, good bloke, very good bloke, very lucky.
Now, Wilbur, do you ever get jealous of Lithers' relationship with Daniel Kibasi, his favourite player?
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned earlier in the year because I thought it was quite close, and I know a number of players were quite concerned that he was getting a game because I'm not sure what was happening off the field. But I've had to learn to deal with it, mate, because he's a good little fella, Cabba, so hopefully Lithers is happy with his romance that he's got going with Daniel.
Lithers, what is it about Cabba that you love so much?
It's not just about Cabba. I mean, I made a couple of comments at the start of the season and gave him a couple of good raps in some wind-ups at the end of a game, and I think a couple of the boys got a little bit jealous of that. So, but the reason I love Cabba, the reason I love guys like I suppose Roy McGregor and Vanderleur and guys like that, they have a crack. You give them instruction and they do it. They do what you ask, and that's what I loved about Cabba early. He just hit the ground running and made some statements early. So you always love that sort of stuff, that sort of player as a coach. It's good.
So there's no truth to the rumour that he attended a family holiday in New Zealand with you?
No, very very poor attempt at Photoshop there from one of the boys, but no, Cabba's not a Litherland. As much as he probably wishes he would be, he's not.
No worries. Now, boys, we're going to move on to social media. It's been voted by the players that you guys are the biggest pests on Facebook. What have you got to say about this? We'll start with you, Wilbur.
Oh,
I know you look horrified at that.
That's a bit harsh. I'd probably say Hayden Sloyth is probably the biggest pest, or Shane Hockey on Facebook. You know, so I think that's just a bit harsh, Brock. I'd sort of take that quite personally.
Mate, it wasn't me, it was voted in. A democracy around here. What about you, Letters? Any comment?
Being the cyber safety expert, I think I'm a pest to you guys mainly because I keep telling you what you should or shouldn't be doing. Quite a few are pretty naughty online, and I think Hayden Schleith has been mentioned already, so I think we'll leave it at that. I'm trying my best as a Surf Online Safe director to sort that out, but we're getting there. But I think Tony and I are pretty good online.
I reckon you should sort out Wilbur. He's a bit of a pest. Now, there is a rumour going around, Tony, that you've got a twin. He lives online. I've never seen him in person. His name's Woney Tolters. He claims he's a super coach number 2, and he coaches all sorts. He's very active online. What's he like in person?
Yeah, well, I've seen him, and apparently his name's reversed to mine, and yeah, I'm a bit concerned, but I've narrowed it down, Brock. I've narrowed it down to the 4 people that have set up this Facebook page. To Ben Saunders, Brock Higgins, Posh Dulman, and I'll throw Ashton Hams in there because he's a bit of a pest. So
Hamsy's not smart enough to do something like that.
you're absolutely correct. He's one of those short guys that, yeah.
Well, if you do see Tony around, try and get him down to the club because the boys would love to meet him.
What about Woney?
Or Woney, sorry. Now, boys, the last question we'll go with. I asked this to Todd the other week. You're stuck on a tropical deserted island. You have to take one of the current playing group on there with you. Who would it be? We'll start with you, Lithers.
Oh,
Come on, say it.
no, sorry, Cabba.
You've got to say it, mate. He'll be upset.
No, he knows how much I love him. Geez, let's go with Josh Branchy because he can reach the coconuts.
Oh,
there you
that's
go.
a cop out. That's boo. What about you?
I'd probably take Marlon Pickett because I love my food and I love meat, so he'd be able to go hunting and he's not afraid of anything.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Good answer. All right, boys, congratulations, Lithers, once again on getting through the Grandy. We've still got one more to go to get there. Thanks for coming on, and thank you guys. Cheers.